You should be.
God.
Settle down, class. Anyways,
Sounds about right.
welcome back, everyone, to Currents of War. Last time we left off in this campaign, you guys managed through trickery and guile to just make George Carson III look like a complete ass in his attempt to try and slay a Tarask by sabotaging all of his pretty well planned out traps for the beast. Routing the knights and sending them on their way, and giving you the option to sort of talk the Tarask down. You convinced it to go back to Colette Flack for the time being, and then made your way to the fortress of Barbarant, the monster magician. While he tried to stop you with the help of his snail dragon monster Carcolgon, he did not count on the fact that Moncher can fly. And Moncher promptly flew a small 5-year-old child up to the evil wizard so that she could chew him out for being a dickhead, which, as we all know, is the biggest weakness of 99% of evil wizards. Thoroughly shamed and humbled by this small child who, in addition to having a much stronger moral character than he, showed an equal, if not surpassing, admiration for the monsters he made. Barbarant worked with you all to shrink the Tarask down to a size that does not wreak holy hell on the ecosystem, and swore to stop seeking revenge against Castle Broche, and might even be amenable to joining the war effort down the road. So all in all, a stunningly successful mission. You even managed to save the life of a character that I had planned to die in the events of this campaign at some point, so real good job, team. Yay.
Yeah.
Anyways, since you are now at Barbarant's Fortress, it makes sense that you would finally go to one of the first settlements you were actually told to visit, all the way back in Skullcrack, the armored fortress of Nain Rouge. Nain Rouge, the fairies amongst you know, and I think all of you probably know, on account of having been told such, during when being given the list of towns to go to. Nain Rouge is technically a settlement of exiled dwarves, or sorry, god damn, I'm gonna fuck that up several times. Exiled gnomes. Dwarves in Midgardheim are people with dwarfism. Gnomes are the hairy guys who are really good at smithing. I'm gonna try to say gnomes, but occasionally my fucking Tolkien fan is gonna pop up in me and I'm gonna say dwarves. Because God hates me. Anyways, it's a gnome settlement. Gnomes are considered the elemental fairies of Earth. They're giant mole men, essentially, often sporting huge horns that help them dig through the earth. Not all of them do, though. They tend to have big, elaborate beards, but again, it's not universal. There are some that are born a bit more clean-shaven. They're big, they're hairy, they're short compared to humans, but also very stout. In Fairyland, gnomes are basically earthbenders. They can do magnificent earth magic. One of the things they're most famous for is being able to smith impossible things, like turning the roar of the wind into a blade to cut people. How do you turn a sound into a metal object to slice people? Only a gnome would know. They could make, like, a ribbon out of the roots of a mountain that is so strong that it can shackle a wolf big enough to blot out the sun, and things like that. When taken out of Fairyland, gnomes reduce significantly in power. They still have an innate affinity to earth magic. They're like earth magic aligned mortal creatures like basilisks and behemoths. They have an uncanny knack for finding deposits of gems or precious metals, and they're very good at smithing and clawing and tunneling. But they don't have the ridiculous amount of power they do in Fairyland. A Fairyland gnome can make armor out of anything, but like stone, for example. Whereas a mortal world gnome is going to be making armor out of the shit you make armor out of normally, because they just don't have the magical velocity anymore to make those really fantastical creations. Still very good smiths, though. While it was initially a settlement for exiled gnomes, Nain Rouge, like all of these exiled fairy settlements, has a very large population of boogeymen. In fact, it's about 60% boogeymen by volume. Mostly orcs and bugbears, you have been told. Because there are a number of goblins and hobgoblins in Nain Rouge, but it's so warm and dry there that it's not a good place to raise polygobs. So you're only going to get adult goblins and the like there. There are a lot of trolls there as well. And, of course, several gnomes. This is all you know going in. You follow your map and your fairy signs, and eventually you do come to this hidden tunnel that you have to go through a couple of fairy puzzle and tricks to get open. Not too hard. You have a goblin and orc with you. And eventually, you enter the subterranean city of Nain Rouge.
Oh boy, look who it is.
I should get the music on.
You should. Oh,
That's an ominous label.
that one too.
What? Hey, Nain Rouge literally means red dwarf.
Yeah, but Red Cap Orientation Camp.
Oh, yeah! So you enter this beautiful subterranean city. And there are lots of very sturdy, well-built houses. There's a marketplace in the center. And to the left-hand side of your screen, there is a truly enormous camp made of jagged buildings with red drapes and curtains and tapestries and shit all over it. And standing outside of it are dozens of red cap goblins. And in the center of them all is a low elf, the Santa's elves style elves, basically. They're little mouse people, wearing a very elaborate red cap, who shouts to all who hear, "Come, brothers and sisters, come receive your anointment! Come and join the Red Cap Legion! These are dark times, but with us we promise salvation!"
Is that the same one we saw in the crypt?
Yes, indeed.
Looks to the rest. I think we're late.
There are, however, normal goblins and fairies walking about. And you're going to notice, eventually, looking at this, a sort of logical conundrum. There's a shitload of red caps here, and a shitload of unconverted, uninfected fairies. That the red caps do have the numbers to overpower, and yet they're not. Brothers, sisters, come! The army is upon us. The humans wish for our blood, but we shall repay them in turn. I have your salvation. I have what you need. Come and join us under the red cap.
Oh, that's bad.
I don't know. Not those guys again.
I think we need a little information about what's going on here.
Yeah, you do.
Now, TT, I don't think Duck has ever been here. I know she has history at the next place we're going to go, but I don't think she ever made it here.
I don't think so either. It's well known, but like, it's a dry, warm environment. It's inside a mountain. A lot of the lighting is fucking magma, and you are a goblin. You're a frog. This is not a place for you.
Yeah.
All right. So places of interest.
I want to know.
We have
here, I think
the Red Cap Orientation Camp, the Marketplace, Palace of the King, a prison for some reason, and an orichalcum mine. Your business is to alert the king, who would presumably be in the palace, of the oncoming threat of the Goblin War, and to try and get him to mobilize to form a united front with other tribes.
so. Let's head to the palace then.
You mentioned that we saw like certain fairies about. Do we see any gnomes yet?
Yes, and if I had, like, I did, okay, so I did make some sprites, I just didn't have time to color them, even sloppy style. So I do, like, imagine this place bustling with gnomes, a good number of trolls and orcs, a few kind of, grumpy, dried-out looking goblins here and there. The trolls would be significantly furrier than the ones you met in the swamp. Mountain trolls tend to have much more of the hair-like bristles that trolls have. Mm-hmm. And there are a good number of gnomes. I had fun drawing them today. I just didn't have time to color them.
We'll only judge you slightly for not coloring them, TT.
Good. The big thing to notice is that while some of these citizens are wary of the red caps, some are also listening and kind of agreeing, or at the very least looking like they're giving the red cap priest the benefit of the doubt when listening to his constant crowing.
I think I'm going to avoid that part of the square for now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you guys figure it out first. I don't want to start nothing I don't need to.
Like, I'm guessing the prison is exactly what it sounds like, right?
It is a prison. It looks like a prison. It's labeled a prison. It's you know, it's a prison. I don't think you want to go there. Generally, it's a place people try to avoid.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna come around the corner to the marketplace and go, oh, God damn it.
Duck just starts laughing.
You.
In the marketplace, setting up shop, you do see the familiar green-clad, sleazy sales wizard, Ross Weber, drumming his fingers on a mostly ignored sales stand. Oh, hey! Flavian! Did not expect to see you here of all places.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have expected to see you here either, but it doesn't look like business has been very good for you.
I'm gonna level with you, buddy. One, it's very hard to hawk your wares with that asshole shouting all the time. And second, I'm not really here in a sales capacity. I'm just currently stalled in my actual quest.
A quest that has anything to do with not making money? I don't. Wait.
Oh no, it has a lot to do with making money. It's just a lot of extra steps.
Making
Wait,
people
no,
go out.
I can't get distracted. I have a bone to pick with you.
What, me? Perfectly upstanding citizen?
Oh, whatever. You can
Doug
forget
just kind of
about
looks
that.
at Ross and is like, does he even have bones anymore?
You told me that George Goston II wasn't my father.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Guess
Yeah,
what?
I remember that.
I met my brother, and he was pretty confident that we're siblings. So why don't you explain yourself there?
Wow, did not expect to be called out on this. Okay, here's the sad, unfortunate truth. George Garson III was dropped on his head as a baby. He just don't think good.
Boo!
Hey, you, goblin with a tail, quit booing me!
No. Boo!
Alright, fair enough. And so, yeah, you know, just don't trust a word he says. He's a fucking idiot.
Likely story, but not one I'm finding very convincing.
You don't like that one, huh? Well...
What's your backup line?
What did I do to you exactly?
You still haven't given me a hand of glory for all those damn zombies that almost ate us.
Wait, shit, did I not pay you?
No. Duck lies.
You know, like a liar.
Well, she did tell him, I expect one of those hands of glory. But no, we actually did get paid. That was like our first big payday, I think. Because I fumbled and got us the attention of a lot of revenants. But we were in the woods that time. Damn.
Nice try, kid. He flips you a Zenith.
Eh. Duck's gonna take it.
Look, so, shit, I did not expect to... I should have, but I did not expect to be hit with this, when I saw you again. Okay, well, you know what, I'm gonna turn off my theme music for a second here.
BRB.
Fuck, he broke the fourth wall. 2 OP! 2 OP!
Okay, so, Flavian, so I did, in fact, lie to you about your dad being your dad because I was jealous? Yeah, I was jealous because, you know, I don't really come from anyone notable, and you do. Even if he is notably an asshole, he is nonetheless famous. So, you know, I was envious. Good. I was envious of your situation, and that's why I lied like a liar.
I think you're lying right now.
Oh my god! It's like I didn't come here to be attacked.
Huh. You know, that makes sense. Yeah. I bet all those other kids that gave me a hard time when I made the claim growing up would feel the same way.
Yeah, they would be very jealous until they actually met your dad and realized what an asshole he is.
That's true. And that seems to be a shared opinion among all of us kids of his. Well, I guess I've only ever met one, but I guess I got lots of other siblings out there, too.
I've met a couple other Garston bastards. It's a very unanimous sentiment.
Yep.
Squints up on share.
All right. You're not hiding anything else from us, are you?
No, but since we're both here, how'd you like a little business proposition?
I'm interested.
Right, so I need
Be strong,
to
Flavian. Be strong.
talk to the king of this whole place. Calling him a king, it's a city. You can't be a king of a city. It's like being the king of town. He's a mayor, but he calls himself a king, so the king of Nain Rouge. I need to talk to him. But they've given me a sort of impossible task to do. Two, technically, but I'm not gonna do both if I can't. I'm not gonna do. There's one I can't do on my own. Apparently their mine has a monster in it and they need someone to drive it out. And I'm not doing that on my lonesome. I'm not a monster fighting guy. But you seem to have conned a whole bunch of monster fighting sort of fellows into your acquaintanceship. So what I'm thinking is, you let me tag along for that. And then we all see this king together and get, well, you can do whatever you're doing, I can do what I'm doing, and everything ends up happily. And if the king has what I'm hoping he has, another business opportunity may come your way later.
Yeah. You're speaking my language. A monster, though. What are we talking here?
I'm not sure they're being incredibly vague in their description. It has hair and claws and teeth, which could be fucking anything. Again, a reason why I do not want to go on my own.
Yeah. It's gonna be scary if we run into your mother in those mines.
She's dead. Anyways, so,
Jesus.
if you agree to it...
Oh my Christ. Scene.
Forget about it. All right, guys, what do you think? Should we join in on this? Although I imagine that the king was refusing to see you at all because you're an outsider and all that until this stuff was done.
It does seem to be like a unilateral thing that they want anyone outside to do before they talk to their leader. I guess they're nervous, although they're housing a bunch of fucking vampires. So I don't know what they're scared of us for.
Yeah. Kind of sounds like, guys, we got to do this anyway.
And you're getting my assistance for the low value of literally jack shit.
What do you guys say? Are we in?
Mm,
Come on, I generally don't get to give out deals these good.
Didn't he say there was two things? Or did I hear that wrong?
You did say there are two things.
He didn't elaborate on the second.
I think he implied it was somewhere else than here.
Yeah, it's the big monster that he's opposing to do it. And if he's not going to do that, he's not going to do the first thing for free.
I'm just worried about, there being a
There's
second
gonna be a
thing I
catch.
don't know about.
There's a catch. I know there is.
Well, yeah, the catches are helping Ross Weber.
Yeah, exactly. There's.
Well, if this is the only way to get in to see the king, I suppose. I'd rather not have to try to negotiate with these idiots.
I can feel the friendship radiating from us all already. Group hug! No, seriously, no, though, don't touch me.
Don't worry about it, I won't.
Yeah.
We've already seen how that turns out.
Yeah, I physically can't actually touch people from skin to skin contact. That's why I'm in this sort of full body glove, essentially.
knowing what we know about that kind of Shadowrat, man, you just feel bad for Ross.
Yeah. I'd say it's done wonders for your love life, but then again, you're swimming in money, so you're fine.
Damn.
Damn, Flavian, you came out of the bat.
Oh.
Damn.
Something
All right,
about
why don't you
Ross.
guys go talk to the Seneschal and get yourselves officially on the booking, and when it comes time to fight the big monster, I'll come out and help you.
Sure.
Sounds like we got a deal.
Oh, the words I always love to hear.
Hmm.
All right, so Ross will now accompany you during the boss battle of today's session.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Are we 22?
Yes, we're 22.
Thank you.
Old enough to be old hags in the eyes of libertarians.
I'm feeling 22.
Wow. Oh, and yes, I did go and add that Zenit Ross threw at me to my amount.
Good. I'm glad.
Put me at an even number, so I'm happy.
All right. If you look at my little sheet of characters that I drew, you might notice an elf lady who has a shitload of papers in her arms. When you go to a palace, that is who meets you. Just this incredibly harried-looking high elf woman. High elves are sort of the Lord of the Rings style elves. They're taller than humans are, and also like thinner and willier. They kind of look like if you grabbed a human by the feet and the head and then just sort of stretched them out like Stretch Armstrong, with long pointy
Or my
ears.
TV after the taffy machine.
Yeah, a little bit. She's got like just all these fucking papers stacked up in her hands. She adjusts her big glasses as you all come. It's like, oh great, more outsiders. I'm assuming you're seeking an audience with the king?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Political
as we-
emissaries.
it's nice to see a few more fairy faces, given the news that we've heard of what's going on outside. As we've told the wizard out there, though, if you wish to see the king, you have to prove your worth by accomplishing God, fuck it. And she puts the stack down. By accomplishing a couple of tasks that show your loyalty and mettle. We have two big problems in town. There's a knight, a human knight, that's from our intelligence, he is aligned with this sort of goblin slaying army thing, this goblin war the humans are trying to do.
Yes.
And we've taken him prisoner, but we can't actually touch him because he's wearing iron armor. And we really want him to get it off, but he refuses to take it off at
You
all.
should be able to handle that.
To sleep, we stopped giving him food and water 5 days ago, and he's just continued to stand without taking off the armor. It's really strange.
We can handle that.
I mean, that's
Okay.
fair. I think it's been a fortnight since I ate.
You seem to be some sort of skeleton man, so you might want to work on that. Maybe you should have a sandwich.
You know
Might
what?
cure of a skeleton man and itis.
Oh no, I died. It's permanent, unfortunately. Hey,
Oh, is it still? The mortals haven't solved that.
yeah,
No.
Oh no, am I gonna die?
probably not.
Oh.
To be fair, I actually don't know if that's the right. I don't have a good answer for you on that. They'd know better.
dear.
Pointing to Duck and Kruken. They'd know better than I would in that situation.
The second task we need is that there is some sort of large, hairy beast in the mines that is scaring the miners away, and we need to drive it out.
Do you have anything besides large, scary beast for a description?
It's furry. The miners were not specific. They know ores and gems. They don't know creatures.
I suppose that's fair. Alright, well, which one would you prefer us to do first?
Whichever. I personally, given that two of you are human and one of you appears to be a dragon, I think probably stripping the knight of the armor would be the easiest.
What? So he's just a sole goblin slayer?
He is Sir Reed.
I regret saying
He's
that.
a knight from Leonis. According to the lies that we have, he is one of the noblemen that is trying to push Morrigal into officially sanctioning the Fourth Goblin War. And so when he was in our territory, we just sort of snatched him.
That's fair.
It was
Yeah, I
hard
can
because
handle
he's
that.
covered in armor, but we did manage to grab him and pull in. The problem is just that he won't take the damn armor off.
Yes, and to show that we are serious about meeting the king, our business is, in fact, dealing with the Goblin Slayer army. We're representatives
Good.
of other settlements.
If I could, I would allow you to go right in there, but I have been given very strict orders, and the king has, ever since this war, or news of this war broke out, he's been very aggressive and hostile towards outsiders. With one notable exception, she says as she looks towards the red cap.
Yes, was curious about that, but surprised to see they're being allowed to stay and that they haven't drank every drop of this place dry yet.
They've been civil. They have not converted anyone by force that I can prove. They claim
That would be a
trying
first
to
from what we've seen
disprove.
traveling across Francaine.
Yes, that would be a first for what I know of Red Caps entirely, from the stories I was told as a girl. But they claim they are trying to disprove the libelous notions about their kind, and help us through this great ordeal. And the king seems to think their words have merit, and sadly, so do a lot of the citizens now.
Well, perhaps we can give him some advice to the contrary, because we are fairly confident this is a whole just show, gesturing to the distance.
If you could convince him of that, I'd call you a miracle worker.
We've been
Wouldn't
doing
be
a
the
lot of
first
weird
one on this
things.
adventure.
I guess show us to your prison.
Yep, she points to where the big prison is.
Oh, right.
Right.
All right.
All right, Griggan, you're gonna have to strip another knight of their armor.
Well, in this
Well, he's
case,
in-
I think it's going to be easier for the people who won't burn because of it to take them out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
full iron armor has got to be a pain in the arse. I know a fellow who went into it once because he thought I was going to be great in the Goblin War. Got stuck in a bog and died.
All right. So, you go into the prison. You're greeted by a couple of gnome guards and also a couple of very big burly orcs for when things get nasty. Some of whom nod, particularly to Grugan. They show you to the cell where the prisoner is. DZ, would you like to describe your character?
Oh,
I knew it.
as described, there is a knight in a cell who is sitting upright and erect, and he's just sitting there.
Clad entirely in iron plate mail armor.
Right, yes.
You know, face not visible, no skin visible, really. There does seem to be some sort of mud kind of seeping through some of the joints.
Well, I mean, it looks like he's like, for someone who hasn't eaten in like a week, he seems to be doing all right. Excuse me, sir. Seems.
More goblins?
No, skeleton this time, sir.
What black blood is it?
Oh boy, here we go.
Fuck yeah.
Didn't quite catch that.
Swedish chef. Black magic!
No, Hallow
You
Dead.
from Irish Burden?
No.
We met Leaf.
We did meet Leaf, but I think I can understand him. We're part of a forward marching thing warning both goblin settlements and human cities of an encroaching army that's burning down settlements where they go and looting them worth full of everything.
Yes, the goblin war.
Yes. As I said, Corporal Art Baker from the Bretons army, technically. That was the Third Goblin War, and I died, so I don't think I keep the title at this point. I've not asked about the semantics about that.
You
We're trying
swine of red slag.
No, technically I was buried in the Crypt of the Hallowed Dead, so now I fly the flag of a Morgul. We're warning folks, getting it up. These folks here seem to be a little concerned about you wearing the armor because it's made out
What?
entirely of... It's made
Yes,
entirely...
Yes, protected me from these goblins. They are
Yeah.
quite rude.
Well,
Yeah.
if I showed up wearing nothing but nightshade and my buck naked thing and told you try to touch me without dying, you'd think I'd be rude, right? You're what? Like you're the...
You are crazy and will not touch you.
Well, they're worried, you know. Of course, because like, let's be real. Goblins in the Goblin War are always the ones getting the short stick.
That's what it's a goblin war.
Yes. So if you could just take off your helmet,
I will not. I will not.
Look,
I'm captured, surrounded by enemies.
the guards are outside the door. Like Art will step into the jail cell and close the door behind him.
That fellow creature. I have deserved on myself.
The guards are out there. I'm here to help you get out of here. But you gotta play along a little bit, and then we'll get you out of here.
What is the impressed word of a dead man?
Because dead men tell no tales. They speak only truth.
Hand goes up to his helmet and just kind of metal on metal, just scratches the head.
I suppose that's true.
Ray, how long were you waiting to drop that line?
I don't know, and it's also an inherent lie, so...
I suppose if you are indeed dead, you have no loose tongue.
Exactly. No loose... I've barely got any lips left to be loose.
Exactly.
Even as I want to trust you, one of the goblins. I was sleeping soundly, and I woke to find myself ringed with spears.
And there's a pause on Art's side, and he like kind of does the look. It's like, well, I do apologize. I don't think I got your name again. What was it?
I am Sir Reed, Knight of the Bargle,
Okay.
a poor
Well-
knight.
Was that the name we got from the lady again?
Yep,
Boss?
Sir Reed.
Sir
I'm getting,
Reed.
like every third word. Just duck standing in the background.
I'm sorry.
Well,
You'll grow into it.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, though.
it
You
is.
gotta
hilarious.
form those vocal cords.
Well, you've got a bit of a reputation apparently as a goblin slayer, and they're nervous because there's this war going on.
Of
And
course, they dread the enemy. The Goblin War.
yeah, well, they're not the enemies. The problem is that Sir George Garston II is a bit of apologies. You're a knight, so you might take a little more offense to this. He's being a bit of a prude. And he's like, oh, I didn't get to go on the Third Goblin War because I was busy slaying dragons. I want to go pillage and plunder people. So he's marching in,
Ah! Poppycock!
and he's already burned down Elsos. And he's occupying army in Champagan.
Now I definitely don't believe you. A knight was not do such things. A knight will root out evil. That's what the war is about. Slaying evil goblins.
They're just trying to make. Oh, you know what? Actually, hold on. Out of character. Hold on. I'm looking at something to see if I can do it. You know what? Fuck it. I haven't had to use this ability yet. And I'm mostly rolling it for funsies. Art like looks back and he's like, "Does this guy look like he's evil? He's doing his job. He's gainfully employed and paying taxes."
Are you gesturing to an orc or something?
I am gesturing to anybody behind me.
There's an orc right there. He's like, oh, I mean, I pay my taxes. You know, I guess I guard people who are in jail, and I think morally there might be some grave issues there, but I generally think we do more or less the right thing. We don't jail that many people. Most of the time I'm just sort of here in a visual capacity. I do a lot of helping out around with work. I don't really feel like I should be painted with a broad brush as evil. I just sort of do my job. I go home to my husband. Sometimes we make bread. I enjoy
What
that.
kind of bread?
The various kinds. There's it's like a nice white bread that we make. I'm pretty fond of rye personally. We tried one with raisins, but I didn't care for that as much.
I like raisins.
You like raisins? I mean, you
I like
can make
raisins,
your-
yes.
can make your raisin bread.
That would be
gotta-
nice.
Yeah, I'm sorry we didn't give you rations for a while. We just figured you'd take the armor off eventually. We can't. It's really hard having a person who physically you can't touch.
Well, of course, you could just leave it on the floor.
I mean, we don't plan to brutalize you or anything. I mean,
You can't! I'm impervious to harm!
yeah. I mean, I could throw things at you, I suppose.
I could throw them back!
Oh yeah. I guess I could get a stick and just sort of poke you through. You know what? I don't really like thinking about that. I'd prefer not to. You did grab the stick?
Yes, yes, you're poking me with it. I will grab the stick.
Oh.
No
Okay,
worries, I
issue.
got you, boss.
And now I'll poke you back.
Don't poke me back.
I'm your good. You're a goblin.
I'm an orc, dude.
So you're a big goblin.
No. It's okay. So, there are some. I mean, you're a human. You're the ones who make up these taxonomy systems in the first place. You should. I'm like a big boar guy. Look, I got tusks.
And can I roll a discretion to take the helmet off while he's distracted?
Yes.
Do I get a modifier for having a friend?
Oh dear.
I'm gonna give you +4 because they are having a very involved conversation.
Why?
Damn.
Why?
That's a success. You take the helmet off of this knight, and inside is a creature that looks like Clayface from Batman, if we lived in a time period where that would make a sense as a reference.
And he immediately starts throttling you.
Just a huge, giant wad of mud that's vaguely shaped in with a mouth and eyes.
He is ineffectually trying to strangle a skeleton to death.
How dare you! How dare you! I'm killing you!
Well, that explains the voice.
Yeah, he's literally forming his vocal cords right now.
You know, that's not gonna
I
do
think-
anything, right? He's already dead.
I'll crush his neck! Break his bones!
No, don't do that, man.
Look,
Don't do that, man.
Look.
Give me that back! Give it!
Sir Reed, look at me. Look at me in my dead eyes. Look at me.
You don't have it in your eyes! Give me back my helmet!
There's glowing things in the sockets. It counts. Look at me.
Unhand little frog creature!
Bert says, just holding the helmet tucked under his arm as he's being throttled.
Yeah, he is trying to like very ineffectually grab at it, just like one hand on like still like around your neck, but the other one just kind of pawing at it. He's
It's just
it's quite comical to anyone who's seeing it. You know that you know what happens when like you're bullying someone who's shorter than you, you're just holding them back with your hand. It's got
Oh,
that's
no.
that energy.
Sir.
Yes, I'm sorry! Give me back the helmet!
Sir, look at me. Look at me in my eyes. They think you're human. That's why
No,
they're
I
keeping
don't. Not
you-
anymore.
Well, not you. You
Then I'll
know,
kill you!
the,
Who can know?
It's like
The
a
king-
mud guy.
Does
Shut your
anyone
mouth, orc! If there's no one's good for you!
Oh, now I'm an orc.
recognize?
look, Sir Reed. Sir Reed.
Give me back.
Pause a second. Pause a second. Flavian, you have hung out around enough people who've sold magical artifacts to know that this is a homunculus. Specifically, it's a mudman, the most common and easy homunculus to craft. It's a very large mudman since it's able to fill out a whole suit of armor. But it's a homunculus. It's a little man made out of dirt.
And less savory things too sometimes.
I don't want to go into the actual recipe
Yeah.
for homunculi, but yes, that is canon in Midgheim. So like you know that this is the equivalent of like you unmask a guy and it's a fucking Roomba.
Sir Reed. You can't wear this helmet, but you can wear my helmet. And Art will pull off, not the one that's in his casual art. He hasn't been illustrated in this yet. But I've been wearing the boogie buckler this entire time. So he's just going to put the boogie buckler helmet on his head. And it's like, there you go.
What does the boogie buckler look like?
Imagine a suit of armor with a bunch of trumpets built into it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you're wearing things that kill the king the king's upset you exist. That's why you're in jail. Just switch me armor real quick, and then we'll get this sorted out, and we'll get you out of jail. Just don't call the goblins evil. They're just trying to live.
Yeah, dude.
That's
Listen,
like calling
buddy.
you. It's like calling knights evil because there's evil knights out there. That's not right.
Listen, buddy, we were looking for a human knight, and it's clear that you're like some sort of mud guy. So like, you're not who we were looking for. You could be a
I am
knight.
Sir Reed.
Sir Reed's a human, dude.
I'm Sir Reed. This is his honor.
That okay, but like, Sir Reed's got like fingers. And
I
skin.
had fingers.
Do you though? Or are you just putting mud in like finger holes, man?
I like to. I
You're
like to
putting
think.
me in finger holes.
I like
I'm
to
really
think it's like
enjoying
the finger
playing
part.
this. I'm really enjoying playing this chill orc.
I'm imagining like I have fingers, and that's when he notices the gauntlet has changed, and Art's just standing there wearing one of the iron gauntlets.
Please. How are you doing that?
Okay,
This is Reed 2.
clearly this dude's not Sir Reed, in which case we don't really have a reason to keep him. I'm sorry, Muddy Buddy, you gotta go, man.
Muddy buddy.
I'm cold, yes. And none of you will speak to me ever again.
The orc unlocks the door and lets you out.
He's just standing there like a deer in the headlights. He's like,
Not fish.
Sorry, what? Muddy Buddy, you gotta enunciate a bit more, man. You gotta like.
No tricks.
No
Yeah,
tricks.
no tricks, man. Just get out of here. You got the guy we're looking for.
helmet.
Yeah, you can have your helmet back.
Art's holding onto the helmet. Like,
What do you
Look,
mean
I'll
from
just-
me?
come here, second, Reed. You want to prove you're a knight, right?
No, I don't need to prove it. I am a knight.
You are a
That's why
knight.
I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yes. Apologies, sir. Mere commoner here. Now, we're told we wanted to get an audience with the king here. To try
King of the
to
goblins.
the king of
no.
the king of this fort. Like, this is a minor goblin kingdom. There's like multiple kingdoms, like how there's multiple kingdoms in Francane, and Amorgul's a kingdom.
Technically, our king's a gnome.
Hey, Sir Reed.
What are you,
Oh.
a goblin?
Yes, Colin. Hi there. How old are you?
I am a grown man.
And how many years is that?
Longer than yours. That's why they're so short.
You know,
Ow.
I'm having a tough time
Well-
understanding his accent, but I'm pretty sure that's the Mudman.
No, this is not. I'm not a blood man.
This is Sir Reed. We're accompanying for negotiations, and wouldn't a brave and kind knight want to stop an evil monster lurking down in the mines?
Well, sir.
Yeah, it's one of the things we got asked to get audience with the king. Was one, go talk to you because you were wearing, poison, and two, and poison to, goblins, not poison us. And two, there's
that's
a
a
big
line.
old. There's a big old furry monster down in the mines that's scaring folks out, and if we can go defeat it, then we can go talk to the king.
The king of the king of the Grambug. The Grambug king.
No, I believe
Oh.
that's the next town over, I think.
Dude, you're in Nain Rouge. You are way far away from the Grumboog, man.
Oh, I was looking very hard for it.
We're
Well,
going there next, so.
yeah, if you help us out with the thing in the mine, and we talk to the king of Nain Rouge, we'll bring you along with us to go to the Grumboog.
And then I can report back. Yes, this is good.
Excellent. Art turns to the Chilork. I really appreciate your help.
Hey, no problem, man.
I don't know how to pass word back on to the king that we've taken care of the situation.
I'll cover it, man.
I appreciate it.
I feel bad for Muddy Buddy here. We've been keeping him for days. Didn't even know he was a mud guy. I don't even know what mud guys eat.
I don't think they do.
Oh, everything's got to eat something.
He did say he
Fair
liked
enough.
raisins.
You did like raisins.
Yes, raisins.
Homunculi do have to eat something. It varies from homunculi to homunculi. Like gargoyles, for example, eat oil.
Interesting.
So are you alright
Mudmen
over there,
just need
DZ?
living flesh.
Oh, absolutely. I'm having a ton of fun.
I can like understand you half the time.
He will get better, I promise.
Yeah, like he's growing vocal cords and lips. It's a process.
It's a process. I just know that voice has got to be like, what?
It's mostly a lot of tongue flicking.
Okay.
You're gonna wake up tomorrow and your mouth's gonna be sore and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, wait.
All right, task 1 completed. You have officially unmasked the Knight Sareed.
Like a fucking Scooby-Doo villain.
Let's see who Old Man McGruthers really is. A Roomba?
Grugan's gonna like poke Flavian real quick and go, you wanna go get our friend and tell him that we're ready to go down the mines?
Yeah. I'm just kind of wondering why exactly a mudman's trying to run around being a knight and also trying to get a Morrigal into this war. Doesn't make much sense to me.
Oh,
Weird.
before I leave, I must retrieve my ox.
Well, yeah, your contraband goods. And there's like a huge, giant, vaguely stick-shaped package of like of leather, which the orc guard grabs, hands to Sareed, and then very carefully starts to unwrap to reveal an iron axe. Be careful of that thing, man.
Of course. Yes, a very dangerous weapon.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry we kept you trapped and all that. You know, we should probably have more of a justice system that treats you as sort of like innocent before you're proven guilty. I think, you know, that'd be probably we should like someone should make that like a law or something. I don't know. I like, you know, you talked about whether I'm evil or later, and it's like, you know, sometimes I do think that maybe there's some like moral things about my job that, you know, I should consider. So, you know, I'm sorry. I guess that's my point.
You know what? Doing your job.
I mean, one could argue that incarceration is inherently inhumane, or inhorkmane, I suppose.
Right. Yes.
Anyways, good luck, Muddy Buddy.
I'm sorry.
Goodbye, sir. I still want to call you Muddy Buddy, though. I know we're not friends, but, like, I feel a connection. I've been sitting with you for, like, days.
Yes, well, I saw you picking your nose.
Yeah, it's fine among my people, so I don't really know why you're pointing it out.
You seem to be enjoying it quite much.
Well, you know, it was clogging up my pipes.
Goblins are gross.
So when off walks the mud man.
So
I'm an orc.
So trailing back a bit, Duck is just gonna be like, so Grugan, I don't think that's actually Reed.
I doubt it. Unless humans got real progressive all of a sudden over in a Morrigal.
I think either if that is Reed, he got really cursed and he doesn't realize it yet, or That's a wild mudman wearing his armor.
Oh,
If that's what they did call them. I don't know what those are.
I'm not.
Wait, no. Duck has been around Lutetia and stuff, so she
Yeah,
might,
you've probably seen a few homunculi in your time.
like. I've never heard of Monkey going rogue like that before.
Yeah, there's generally safeguards to prevent that from happening.
I hate to say it, but Ross might know more.
Yeah, all right. Well, anyway, guess we got that little cleaning servant joining us, so that's nice or whatever. Maybe Ross was aiming to sell it to armor or something. I'm wondering about that.
You find
Hey, Ross.
Ross at his stand, just sort of watching the Redcaps sermonize with disdain. God, I hate religion.
Hey, Ross, I think we jumped ahead of you and took care of one of those favors already.
Oh! Hey! Sareed, right?
Yes!
Wait,
What?
That was Suri.
Rita!
Fuck did they do to your vocal cords, dude?
I don't want to sound like this.
Art
No, I don't think that's right at all.
Art leans in and is like, so that's a mud man in his armor.
Oh.
What foul lie are you peddling?
Did
I
a
told
whole
you I
killer-
can't lie.
He looks at you, Sareed, and he winks with one of his little pinpricks of light for an eye. Did a little killer replace, huh?
Oh, no spirits!
I've dreamed of doing that a couple of times. Well,
You better
far
keep
be
your
it for
lips
me to
shut.
crush another man's dream, even if that man's made of mud.
You better keep your lips shut. Whatever you are.
Plus side is I don't have lips anymore. So, that's one task that we've done together as friends. Let's get a second one done.
He looks
What's
from
your
Ross
angle with
to
this?
Flavian.
You assault me with this kind of scoundrel?
Not on purpose.
I still don't
So,
understand your accent.
It's from Laubis. Silly
Okay.
Laubis. Yes.
Hey, he pats Sareed on the shoulder. Buddy. If you help us deal with this monster thing, I'm gonna help you form a couple of vocal cords and lips to help this whole little charade you've got going on work out. Does that sound good for you?
How? How could we do this?
Because I'm a fucking wizard, dude.
No.
Yeah, you're a mud man. You're kind of made by wizards and all that.
Listen, giving voices, taking voices, very easy sort of thing for most wizards to do, even ones that aren't particularly good at it. And I'm
I mean, you
What
seem
you
to
would
have
call-
experience with
only slightly below average.
it. I mean, you're talking now and you don't have a face, so.
Please don't talk about the Shadow Rot.
I think that's the first. I think it's the first time in character we've ever heard him say please.
Yeah, Duck knows she hit a nerve then.
Well, we'll keep that in mind for later.
And speaking of later, he snaps his fingers and his entire stand disappears. Wait, that's not the one I wanted. Oh, I got him switched up. Damn it. Alright, give me a second.
Wheels
Darn.
pop out of his little stand as he starts driving it like a
That would
go-kart.
be fucking adorable, though.
Goes from like a stall down to a kiosk size. He's like, all right, ready to go. And just wheels off.
There we are.
See you later, losers, as he doesn't starts driving in a circle to kick up a bunch of dust.
And just like that, Ross
There are
Pepper joins
now
the party.
4 green party members.
Green with envy.
You could start a boy band.
Hmm.
We could call it Green Day.
Do you hear that, American
waiting.
politicians?
I
There's
see
one
that.
red party, 1 blue party, and 4 green party members in the average group, as well as 1 abstaining. Know who to vote. Know who to appeal to.
Who? Mon Cher, is that you over there?
No.
What is this?
What? Nope.
Is that great?
We moved. That was not me, no.
That's a penis.
It is a penis.
That guy looks like a penis. Why can't I delete it?
The penis
See,
is
there we
away.
go.
That's not how I draw it. I draw it like this. Well,
Right
that's wrong,
before we depart, then Reed's gonna look over Ross's shoulder and look at the red camp. Like,
You claim that goblins are not evil. Those guys are pretty evil.
No, those are definitely evil. They're just different. They're
So,
like,
like,
Evil is evil, bro.
well, like, think of it this way. You know how Dark Knights exist? And
Black lights.
Exactly, Black Knights, sorry. Black Knights exist, and they can be bad guys, but sometimes they can be good guys.
Yes.
So, that's kind of like how it is with goblins. Like, most goblins are generally just kind of people, but then you get Black Knights that are evil, or Red Caps, pointing to them, that are evil. But we don't have permission to go fight him yet, so we gotta go to the mine and fight the big monster that's gonna kill everybody.
Why is evil allowed to fester in plain view?
Well, because they talk really, really well about how the humans are going to come in and kill them all.
That
And,
is the point of goblin lore.
My frog!
yeah, and I mean, would you care for somebody coming in claiming you were evil and then killing all of you when you weren't doing anything?
Then we will fight back.
Just chilling in your house?
yeah. So
Yes,
these-
my house. My big, great, lovely estate.
So, and Art is saying this loud enough so that if there are people around, they can hear him, because he's not hiding in the fact he's a dead man at all. He's like, well, yeah, so these guys saw that the Breton's army was coming in to evade, and were like, hey, let's dupe all of the goblins in Amoragol, because they'll get all scared, and they're not smart enough to realize that they can, if they like work together with the people of Amoragol.
Hold fair, brother!
That evil looking for the death of you.
Friend! Though you may not be a fairy, I know you quite well, for I have heard tales of your heroism.
Wait.
And it does not surprise me. No, it does not surprise me at all that even a hero such as you would look down upon my kind, but I am here to tell you, sir, that we are fighting on the same side. And friends of Nain Rouge, please
Sorry, can we
draw
talk to
your
Rawhead?
attention to these great heroes.
Wait, Timothy? Is that you?
These are your saviors! These are your protectors! I bring you Grugan, the great orc warrior of Skullcrack, and Duck, the goblin with the swift aim! Flavian, a human merchant of guile and great foresight! Moncher, a soldier who seems to be uncannily able to dodge attacks that are using a hand-to-hand weapon as if able to fly into the skies themselves. And Art, a human soldier so noble he has risen from the dead to end this very war. These, my friends, these are heroes of destiny who have been brought together to end this great blight. These are not ordinary folks. These, my friends, these are the superb, the super ordinary, those who will save us from this destruction.
Timothy, why did you not come back from getting milk?
You, good citizens of Nain Rouge, you are not like these people. You are but simple folk, normal citizens.
The milk,
But you can be
Timothy.
like them.
The
You
milk.
can be on their level. You can join the good fighters they have while trying to defeat the forces of darkness. Or if you take upon you the
Did you
blood
get
of the
the
red
milk?
cat.
Timothy, did you get the milk?
None of the same characters want there, so I am ignoring it.
Just got back. What the fuck is going on?
So the Redcaps heard us talking in town, and they called us heroes, and I'm sitting here like, I would stab you in a heartbeat if I could, but I can't.
The Hierophant looks at you, smiles oh so sweetly, grabs your shoulders, Art, which is hard for him because he's like 3 feet tall. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your service in defense of all goblin kind. We of the Red Caps salute you. I would take my hat off to you if it would not expose some hideous scars, but I must say, it is such a pleasure to have you here.
You're kind of creepy, dude.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, that is just my religious fervor!
No, I think you're just creepy.
Apologies, we're helping. We're getting some things taken care of. Like Art looks back like, I don't know how to handle this, guys. This isn't my normal forte.
Now, brave heroes, are you going to that mine to drive out that creature that has been besieging these poor folk?
Yeah, that was.
Then I suggest that everyone prepare you a great hero's welcome. Now, of course, we cannot allow you to partake of our meals because as Redcaps we have dietary requirements. But I'm sure the good folks of Nain Rouge will give you quite a feast when you have driven that scourge from their lands. And as they think on your acts of heroism, I want them to think about how they can contribute, about the sacrifices they can make, and about the power that waits for them to claim it so they can fight by your side against this horrific scourge of human bigotry.
What are you doing over there, Duck? Duck, what are you doing?
You are very loud.
Well, I have to project. There's a lot of people in the town.
I'm just surprised that something so tiny can be so loud.
Oh, hey, Duck. What are you doing by the Red Camp orientation camp?
Yeah, Duck kind of, while this commotion was going on, used that to kind of slip away. He wants to talk to Redcap himself, because he doesn't have time for this evangelical asshole.
Mm-hmm. As you get to the camp, you do see, like, just somewhat disconcertingly, you're being very sneaky, so when someone else sneaks and you didn't notice, that always gives you pause. Especially when they're covered in such, like, flamboyant, bright red clothing as this red cap rapscallion. This high elf red cap who emerges almost out of the shadows and smiles at you with a sharp tooth grin. Duck. It says not in its voice, but in Rawheads.
Yeah, hey. So, what's the scheme here? Decided to be our publicist?
Well, I don't think you really expect me to just tell you my evil plan.
No, I guess I gotta get you monologuing first, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So, you're really going with the peaceful join us for your salvation route instead of just sneaking into everyone's homes when they sleep like the last few places we've been, huh?
You see a flicker of something I'm gonna have you make a double insight check, difficulty of 12, to try and figure out what it might be.
So that was really creepy because right when you said that, there's like a bit of lag, so the music went all distorted for a second.
Fucking yay, yeah. Work with me for once, technical problems.
11, pretty high for Duck.
It's gotta
Oh,
be a
that's
12.
like average.
It's gotta be a 12.
Can I spend a Fabula point?
Okay.
Because she does have a bond. Hold on, let me check before I say this. Oh, I thought I made a bond with Rawhead of Hatred. Nope, I forgot to.
You could spend that Fabula point to re-roll the D10. There's a possibility. You could, like, if it's just a 6 or higher, like literally a 50-50 shot of it being enough.
Yeah. Okay. The worst. I almost got it, but now I definitely don't.
Well, unfortunately, you're not able to discern what that expression meant. Rawhead turns to her head and says, I've lived a long time. You have to shake things up every once in a while.
You know, even if they join you willingly, you're still going to be lonely.
That same flicker comes in, but now you see it very, more clearly, where it is a flicker of, like, it's sadness. It's the sadness of a person who keeps hoping for something to be different, but knows that they're going to get the same result. Like a kid who keeps thinking that their dad's going to show up to Viz soccer game.
Or that Jimothy's going to come back with the milk.
The milk!
I don't fully understand what this joke is.
I don't either.
The mindset was trying to make the preacher look like an asshole, and it's just sort of spiraled to me losing my mind.
It did.
Please
It
don't
did. Yes. The Rawhead is quiet for a moment and says, I know, but I like to think that maybe I'm wrong about that. And that's a very pathetic thing to admit, but it's the truth. And I don't really see a problem in telling you the truth, given how this is going to go.
You want to know the truth that I see at the moment that you're probably going to hate me a little bit more for?
I'm only allowed to hate, so that's not really a change.
You're not a bad conversationalist. If it wasn't for this whole threat of, consuming everything that I was to make me one of you, it's like, you might actually be able to make friends, but I understand the nature of curses, so I am sympathetic. I know that's probably what you're going to hate the most.
This hideous, gaunt, vampiric ghoul looks at you, and for a moment you see the person that once was in this body. As that twisted smile instead softens into one that's genuine and more than a little sad in its joy. I used to be a very gifted conversationalist. They commended me for that at court. Very long ago. It's been a very long while since anyone's noticed.
I bet I'm the only one in a while who's trying to speak with you rather than just please screaming, huh?
My reputation precedes me.
And yet you're trying to change that here. And it's working from what I've heard, which, no
Not
offense,
enough.
that kind of scares me, but
Not enough. It won't be enough. And eventually I will take this town one way or another. That's just the nature of it, but... You know, might as well try something different while you can.
Mhm. I'm sure you won't fault me for saying that. Well, it's in our nature to oppose you.
As it should be, I'm going to kill everyone. It means nothing.
Which
But
is the
there is a-
saddest part. You're gonna kill anyone and you just don't care.
No. I don't have a choice. There's a difference.
That's
And
what
I know this means nothing for me to say, but a part of me is sorry it has to be this way. You have a task to complete. I won't stand in your way. I am interested to see what happens when you meet the king, after all.
So can I know I just can't really get any assurances from you, but can I expect the town to still be as it was when we left?
The elf avatar of Rawhead stops and thinks for a moment. Yes, I'm enjoying the game as it is right now. I like this tactic. It's entertaining at the moment. It would eventually grow dull, but it's working well enough that I can keep myself focused on it and not succumb to the urge to hasten things. And you did pay me a kindness, which I'd like to be able to repay in some small way. So yes, the town will still be as it is. Perhaps with a few more converts, if we manage to convince them.
Well, that's reassuring at least. And again, I don't know when the last time you heard this, but thank you.
Wow.
It's been a while since I've been allowed to say this without it being ironic, but you're welcome. I am sorry. It means nothing, but I'm compelled to say it anyway.
Duck gives a nod, and then just kind of, well, let's see which one of us gets what we want. And Duck will walk away.
All right. Well, that was a fun conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, who is this?
That's Amogus, everyone's favorite bugbear.
What the hell?
Ah, it's chasing me.
She's got one big eye. All right, you guys ready to get to the mines?
Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna clean up this map real quick. Oh, damn it. Go ahead and place yourselves on the map there. I think it's the top right-hand corner where you should be able to put your characters.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. All right. And here's our bitch. All right.
Here's our bitch.
So, beast slaying expedition in the mines. What the hell, Amugas? Get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
It's become a meme of sorts for one of my players to draw an Amugas on the map every time, apparently.
Well, the blue one was me. Now it's
Oh,
chasing me.
Since he's on your guys' side, I should switch him a little bit. There we go. So, fucking Redcaps, huh?
Yeah, we're not. We're not as.
What a bunch of freaks.
I don't like those things.
Rawhead did promise he wanted to attack the city while we're gone, so.
Flavian, I don't care how freaky they are, they're people. They talk. You call them people.
To be fair, they're vampires.
Yeah, vampires are people. I've made plenty of good deals with vampires in my time, okay?
Fair enough. I can't really judge,
Really
can
long
I?
enough to
Yeah, you
build
really
up wealth.
can't. You're a fucking skeleton. What are you talking about? You're fucking bones.
So, Russ,
I don't know.
vampires live long enough to really build up the wealth, huh?
When you
Sorry,
see
can you
what
say that one more time? You were a little.
what they can
I was.
do-
Just saying,
Sorry.
vampires live long enough to really build up the wealth.
You know, that's true. It depends on the vampire, though. I know that the aristocratic vampire thing is a big thing, but outside of Castlevania, you don't see that many. Most of them are living like feral animals in the dirt. But they got a lot of power, and they're often very desperate. Make very good agents for going into tombs and finding rare shit. All they gotta do is slaughter a sheep for them, and bam.
You sure those are vampires?
Yeah, well, you see what those red caps can do when they literally pool themselves together. Though it's hard to really use the word people for them.
It's more like.
I mean,
person.
yeah, but you could say the same thing about human beings. I mean, you guys have been in a couple of fights against armies, and they really act like people during that? Or are they just figures on a little chessboard for you to knock over?
Well, I mean, to be fair, what we're talking about, literally 20 bodies got, gooped into a supermassive meat death angel thing, so...
Shit.
Oh, and
I bet
You-
there's a
you should
spell
know.
you can use to do that with your soldiers. I bet the person who figures that out is going to make a shitload of money.
yeah. But you got to know, every single red cap you see is the same person.
That's called racism, man. You can't believe like that. You can't live like that sort of life.
No, they
They straight up told us.
That's literal.
got a hive mind like them bees.
It's the curse of Rawhead Bloody Bones.
Yeah. All right, so we got a fork here. So which way are we going?
Good question. Do we want to split up and try to chase it? And if either of us find it, we come back here and hear the screams and roars or something, we'll all fall back?
My vote is for not splitting up, personally. I'd like to have as many meat shields as possible.
Yeah, if we're splitting up, I want to make sure Grugan's with me at least.
Yeah, and maybe Muddy Buddy over here.
Okay, then, if I'll vote, if this goes around, so we should go explore upwards, because we know there's a chasm right over here.
Well,
So we go clear that out,
you
and
said the beast is deeper in my.
yeah,
What?
Deep
Well, you
in
know-
the mine.
it is deep, in the mines.
Yeah.
The last thing we want to do is not check up there and then get ambushed. That's how I died, got ambushed.
Right. Oh,
Nice.
sorry,
I don't mind going up. In fact, looks like up here, there's a good amount of orichalcum ore. I'm sure they wouldn't miss a few nuggets.
Keep your hands to yourself, thief.
It's not really thievery if no one's claimed the item. I mean, if I pick a pebble off the ground, no one's gonna be like, ah, thief.
Unless it was a very valuable pebble.
I didn't even care. I thought you hated all these goblins anyway, you racist mudman.
Wow.
Now, listen, some things are still true. No matter who you are.
So you are admitting that these people have a right to some basic decency.
No, I just want you. Well, maybe. Or, well, you steal though.
Mudman, here's your first lesson. All people are equal, which is to say that all of them have wealth that you can fleece out of them. Gotta
Well,
appeal to a
these
broad
two-
audience.
While these two are having their argument, Moncher is going to pick up a piece of orichalcum and put it in his jar.
Right, right. That you have one nugget of orichalcum.
Just, wanna know-
Spoken like a true brigand.
Go to. Oh, God. gonna ferment the orichalcum.
As you go up, you see a fucking enormous bear.
God damn, that's bigger than expected.
Nope.
See, I told you if it was worth checking out this way.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, wait, I can talk to this thing.
What is our game plan?
And I could try talking to it.
Yeah, you go do that.
For those who are not seeing our game board, I suppose I should do some description. This is a bear with sort of pronounced front paws with very big claws, as if it was built to tunnel a bit more than the average bear. And I would say, would it be safe to say this is roughly the size of a triceratops?
Honestly, it might be bigger.
Larger than 2 elephants.
Let me show.
The thing's
everybody.
definitely the size of a house.
We're like doing a size comparison, assuming that this is human size compared to the bear. You're looking at something roughly King Kong sized, like a King Kong bear.
I showed him.
Like the cave bear in Son of Kong.
This is a cave. That is a bear. I'm loving the line work on that. Who did that line work for you?
It was just me fucking around with pen at like an period at work today.
Fair enough.
Looks pretty good.
Looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm inking Muddy Buddy right now.
Maybe wait. I don't want that to be official art yet because there was no actual feedback from the player.
Okay.
Oh no, it's kind of fun. I'll let you know later.
Yeah, like I would like to refine the art for the actual art for
Muddy Buddy.
Sir Reed
Muddy Buddy.
for Buddy Buddy before we
Buddy.
commit to it. All right, so there's a giant bear. What's our mode of attack, gang?
Well, Duck can talk to it. See if maybe we can just make it leave. Don't want to go around murdering defenseless animals when you don't have to.
That thing doesn't look defenseless.
True. Granted, the hide of that thing would probably fetch a very fair sum of money. I bet there's magic in those bones. But yeah, you're right. We don't want to have to actually fight a thing if we can avoid it.
Sunk cost fallacy or whatever.
He is
Are you
looking
Uh,
using economic terms?
I don't know. Duck, as she creeps away, it's like, I just spent some time in Lutetia. I don't know what any of it means.
Grugan will be.
That's
close
all
by,
right.
just in
Nobody
case.
does. Wait, why am I over here? Why am I there? There we go.
Just
All right,
imagine him
Duck.
Teleporting around.
How do you
Duck.
approach this enormous bear?
With Bork bite in hand. I'm gonna run out of these things eventually, but hey.
Snark. The bear
Yeah, I got a
starts to
snack
move.
for you. Toss it towards it.
It eats the Bork bite, but since it is not in crisis, it does not immediately flee.
Yeah. It was just wasn't expecting the thing. It's more like a peace offering.
Eat
What was it?
more meat.
Yeah, sure, Duck will toss another one. Why are you in a mine that doesn't really have a lot of meat?
Lots of meat. Furry men with horns. I eat them.
Okay, this is their den. They don't like it, and they would prefer if you hunted something else.
tough titty.
Definitely look over
No
to the.
meat outside. So many little snacks like you in here.
Hmm.
You do realize that something has been ravaging the ecosystem lately.
Oh, this thing? Well, the beasts.
Yeah.
Wherever it's
Terrascate all the food. The Magna
Yeah.
Ursus has to go somewhere.
Like he's trying to think. He goes. She goes. I don't think we could get. This is my other character. I don't think we can get this guy to the tree, huh?
The bear starts lumbering towards you. You can see drool falling from its mouth.
Tasty little snack. Thank you for coming right to me.
Duck, what's the situation,
No.
Duck?
It's very hungry, and because the Trask depleted the ecosystem, it's looking for food, and it's calling me a snack, and I don't appreciate it. It cannot hear me.
Is there a place we could direct it to?
I'm trying to think of that, but everywhere else isn't very close.
Goblin friend is in great danger.
Ross teleports in.
Oh, God.
Oh, damn it.
Stands with you. He's like, okay, I don't think it's going your way, buddy. Roll initiative, gang.
Oh, man. All right.
And because you actually did agree to include Ross, we're getting a preview of his boss theme.
Ross's boss theme?
Oh, yeah, he's your villain.
Yeah.
The roll
Maybe
to
that the boss theme is his boss theme instead of the bear's boss theme.
All right. The initiative we have to beat is 12. And hey, look at that. Thanks to Duck and Grugan, we did it. Ross didn't
That
even have
makes
to roll, and so he won't.
Makes sense for a deck. She's on edge with this. Why am I the smallest member, the snackiest member, going to negotiate with the giant bear?
Because you can talk
I
to
know,
it.
but I admire the chutzpah, kid.
Nobody else can talk to
I-
it.
Okay, Ross, after this, we got to talk about this. The tale is not because I'm a teenager, it's because I'm a troll. Blooded.
I have a question for you all. Since I'm new to the party, what do you guys usually open your game plan with?
Flavian.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
I've been doing high speed and then sometimes duck steals.
And sometimes Art does chariot.
Well, I do the chariot stuff just whenever I get to my turn, if I can't help it.
So, usually high speed costs 10 mind points, but I realize the rivalry ability lets me spend a fabula point instead to ignore the cost of mind points for skills.
Your rival is here.
I can use
That's
it when he's not
hilarious.
around too, but if I what does it say the rivalry ability? Let me double check. Any check I fail is automatically treated as a fumble. Well, Ross is on scene.
That would make sense, yeah. So by fail, what does that mean? Like any check where you don't actually succeed in doing the thing? Like so if the armor class is 12 and you shoot an 11, is that a failure?
Yeah, I guess it's a little vague, honestly.
Ooh, that's actually pretty nasty.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we can play it that way.
Well, read the
little
rules
vague,
and make sure
but-
that is how it would make sense to interpret it, because I don't
mean,
want to
just
punish you that
copy-pasted-
much.
I
Okay.
just copy pasted it from I mean, an attack is a check, isn't it? An accuracy check.
Yeah.
Word they use? I'm trying to look through the book. I mean, I would think anything that I have to roll dice for is a check, you know?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Okay. But Flavian's gonna. So I just can spend a fabula point for high speed there, and then I don't have to pay any mind points. And so Flavian's gonna aim with the intent. He's aiming with the intent at one of the bear's paws to hopefully inflict weaken. So that would be a hinder action. So hinder has the difficulty level of 10. I just have to pass 10 to inflict weaken.
All right. Do it.
Right, there we go.
Okay. Unfortunately, that does not breach the bear's defense.
Well, I think hinder actions are always difficulty level 10 to succeed. I don't think it matters what your defense
Excellent.
is.
Okay. Then that does succeed. I am going to make you very unhappy, though. This enemy has a trait called Powerful, which makes it immune to slow and weak.
Oh, man.
But you found that out.
Yep.
And it's this is modified from one of the enemies in the book, and I was like, oh, well, that's an interesting ability I didn't realize I could give.
It didn't work, guys. That didn't work.
The bear lets loose.
Oh, that was the high speed.
A horrible howl. So okay.
That was high speed, so someone gets to go, right?
Oh yeah, shit. Sorry. We'll just ignore those rules for now.
Yeah.
Ominous.
Mudman.
Oh boy. I will attempt to provoke it.
Provoke the bear. That always goes well.
Oh dear. Clearly not.
The bear takes one sniff of you and goes and ignores your provoke.
How dare
And-
you!
Now it does its horrible howl. On hide.
Oh no, my big ears.
So 12 plus. Does 22 hit anybody?
Magic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Physical defense. This is just the sonic boom. You take 12 wind damage
Alrighty.
as the bear roars at ear-hurting level, shattering your poor little earsies.
Oh my god, it really is a rune bear.
Ah, Jesus, fuck!
Was it how much damage was that to everyone?
12.
12.
Okay, that's not so bad.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go. So that makes sense. So first thing I do is roll the Queen's Gambit. I'm showing everything I'm doing just to get DZ hooked up in the lead. So I do a free attack, so it doesn't get the plus bonus. Damaged. Oh, it's a treating high roll is 0, so it's 9 physical damage free. And I can immediately use a skill which I'll use a crushing chariot. Look towards Grugan and be like, "Your turn. Give him a smack."
Okay, I'll smack him.
Oh yeah, you got the Beast Slayer axe.
Yeah, I got the Beast Breaker
Oh.
axe, so I'm gonna use
Wait.
that shit.
Wait, charging cavalry, then crushing chariot. Got a little. It's been a second. So you get your free attack, and then you can go next immediately, Grugan.
The hit.
That'll also get a +4 bonus for me. So
So it'd be an 18, not a 14.
yes.
Then that hits.
Okay.
Deals an extra 5 damage to Beast.
Right, damn. A hit, a very palpable hit.
Okay, and then I immediately go after. You said.
Yes.
Okay.
I bump somebody up.
Okay. Should I try
And
to
that is
reach
fine.
this guy?
What does Breach do again?
Lowers their armor class.
That
Yeah,
might be
yeah,
helpful.
yeah.
Yeah, that's.
This is a bear the size of King Kong.
It won't do any damage, but if I hit him, it'll lower its armor by. Let me see here.
Okay. You destroy one shield equipped by the target, destroy its equipped armor, or whenever the target suffers damage from a source before the start of your next turn, that source deals skill level times 2 extra damage.
Yep.
I think the only one that would apply in this case is the third one. Whenever they suffer damage, they get skill level times 2. So 3 times 2?
Yeah, 3 times 2.
So 6
6.
extra damage. So from here until Grugan's next turn, it's 6 extra damage on this fucker.
Every time
Oh,
you
damn.
hit it. Yep.
Every time we
So
hit.
maybe you should take your turn last next round.
Well, I mean, lots of people still going after me, so I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, no, that's what
I'll try that. And 17, does that hit?
Yes, that does hit.
It doesn't do any damage, but it does inflict the breach, and everybody does 6 extra damage every time they hit it.
Fuck yeah. Alright, so it's the bear's turn. The bear feels that something awful just occurred to it. And it's going to lunge at you, Grugan. Does 22. Does 22 hit?
It does, but I get a fucking counterattack, so...
Alright. And that doesn't count for your turns, right?
Right, it's just if it
Cool.
rolls evens.
You take 23 physical damage and suffer weak
Okay.
as it hugs you and crushes you with its mighty bear body.
Yeah, the 14 isn't gonna
I
hit.
think-
Right. Although I could...
14, sadly, is just shy of hitting.
I think that would have been the only way for you to take advantage of the breach.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that was basically my I hope that it would try to hit me and roll evens. You said 22 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Not quite in crisis yet, but we'll get there.
We will. This bear is
Uh,
burly.
I want to try a spell to try and nerf it a little bit.
Who could benefit from having their dice size increased? A dice size increased.
Grugan was just weakened, so that would put them back to normal.
Yeah, I just went
I
down from
think
a 12
everyone
to a
would.
10.
Well, I can heal traits when needed. I actually could just use reinforced. If I use a spell to make everybody immune to an effect when that effect is already in play, does that cancel the effect out?
I think so. I think that's
Is it-
how it works.
Yeah, I believe it does.
Okay, so I could do that too. Otherwise, my thought was I don't know if for the magic that, like for example, Duck is trying to think if maybe increasing the dice size for the magic roll would help at all. I'm not sure.
That might.
Yeah, that's how that works, DZ.
Thank you.
Although there is I think a skill or that you can focus all that on one target, but once a scene.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have that.
Yeah, because my spellcasting is insight and willpower, and both of those are D10. So putting it up to one of those to D12 wouldn't hurt. I like that. But if Grugan's hurting.
Well, I also have armor that specifically makes it take damage if I'm in crisis. And it's touching me.
I think trying to eat you is touching you.
Nom 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 nom.
Yeah, I don't enjoy the being eaten.
Most people don't.
Just trying to decide whether or not it's worth taking a stab at this.
Because I could try using stop to slow it. Or take away one of its actions.
Yeah, why don't you do that right now?
Oh no. I'm going to reroll that 10. So 15.
That does hit its magic defense.
Okay, so those ghostly chains come up from the ground again and try to restrain it, slowing it.
And the bear has one less action, reducing it from 5 to 4. It's not in crisis yet, so that can't apply. He's gonna have to bear hug somebody else. Okay. He's gonna go after Moncher. He doesn't know what Moncher. Moncher is a dragon, and those are pretty tasty when you bring them down.
And he can reach a flying target.
Ooh, can he?
Yeah,
I don't
'cause
think he
looks
can.
like
I think he swipes. I think he swipes, and you fly out of the way, and he gets really pissed.
Yeah,
He
Wouldn't
might be
have
big
been
enough
Jock.
too.
yeah.
In
Yeah,
a close
like-
place like a mine, it might be the one place where that would work.
I could be a dick and bullshit that, but I'm not going to because I'm nice and everyone loves me. All right, that was the bear's turn. Swiping at Muncher. At Moncher, I shouldn't call you Muncher. What a horrible thing to call a person.
Yeah. Why would you call me such a crass name, TT?
Why would I call the big blue character Muncher? I don't know. Anyways, Moncher
I'll go
flies away
next.
from the bear. Yeah.
Alright, I'll go ahead and smack back. Smack back. Nope. Goddamn. I'm gonna spend a Fabula point to just re-roll that.
Yeah, I feel the points. Thank you for the counter, DZ.
Is it okay if I just click that again?
Yeah, that's fine. There you go. That hits.
A lot better.
Yeah. Monter's just going to jump off.
That's 20
imagine-
damage with the Krugen added, so.
Excellent. I imagine
Nice.
Moncher to dodge the swipe, like leapt onto a stalagmite, held onto it like a gecko, and is now just flying towards its face, aiming for the eyes.
Just beating your wings
As
into
you
its
should.
eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And the eyes are the juiciest part.
All right, bear's last chance. This round, it tries to bear hug Art, because bones are still delicious. Does a why does it keep rolling fucking 12s and then plus 10, so 22? Does a 22 hit you, Art?
I'm not sure there's an armor that would not stop a 22, to be fair.
Oh, I'm sure you'll
Yeah.
eventually get some bullshit homebrewed by me. But for now, yes. You take a delicious 16. Oh, wait, no, 21 damage.
I see.
It's a
Would you
big
want me
nasty
to
bear.
protect you, Art?
No, you're fine. I got a decent amount of HP. I feel like there's a little bit of karma put into this big bear. I wonder why.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a trade point to use alchemy at the basic level because I can use a trade point instead of IP with one of my abilities.
Excellent.
To roll 3 d20s. Okay. What can I pull off with that? Have to do something that affects all of us. Okay. With that roll, everybody restores 50 HP and 50 mind points.
Fuck! Very nice.
All right.
I should have used a heavy hit.
All right, who hasn't gone yet? Because the bear's used up all its turns this
Ross.
round. Just Ross?
Yeah.
All right. Ross cracks his knuckles. And what spell is he going to use? I think. He casts Symbol of Flux upon the bear, placing a rune upon it that removes its immunity to weakened.
Oh, damn.
Okay. That's good.
Try sapping the bastard's strength now.
At top of the round.
I think so.
And
Yeah.
I go first. That's all right.
Anyone
right.
who'd like?
Go for it.
Ross will always go last.
I'm gonna
Or
cast
that is to say, he will
reinforce.
always be the last to help.
I'm gonna use reinforce. I don't know what magically that looks like coming from Flavian, but Flavian's gonna use that to protect Grugan, Sir Reed, and Moncher from Weep.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Nina.
Hell yeah.
Art's model blends in with the background.
Yes,
It
you
does.
do.
It does.
You do.
Well, to be fair, that's where he's placed too. I think. So.
The bear howls once more, consuming another 20 MP.
Is this a
And
beast spell or a monster spell?
it is, in fact, a monster spell.
I might swap out the Mortishing Dust for this later.
So that roll is 12, 10. Does 18 hit everybody?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. If your defense is
just one
hit by
over.
that, if your defense is hit by that, you take 16. Yeah, 16 damage. Wind damage.
More than last time.
God, you nasty little bastard! All right, which one of you wants to follow the bear?
I could attempt to also breach it. Lay upon the same effect.
I would allow the stack.
Oh God.
Yeah, do
In
it.
that case, I will need to. Right, it says breach. Spend 5 million points to make a free attack. Okay. And my thing is right here. Damn you!
Yeah, that's not enough to hit.
I could spend the Fabio point to re-roll that 12.
I will allow it.
Reroll both.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do have. I want to spend some Fabio points, anyways.
Might as well.
Yep. Okay, so I'll just make the attack again.
Damn.
There we go.
I think that hits.
Yeah, that hits.
Right. In that case, just gotta mark the mana expended. And I have a special ability when I breach. Normally breach does no damage.
Yours does.
Mine does.
Kick ass.
Hell yeah.
Fuck. So I take the damage and the breach condition?
You'll take the yeah. I
And
think
this
you'll
is
take the high
with
rolls.
the added damage from Grugan, because Grugan hasn't gone this round yet.
Correct.
Damn.
So it'll
Hachi,
take that
machi,
12
okabachi.
damage.
12 plus 6 plus. That's your breach.
I think the breach would only apply after I've dealt the blow.
Oh yeah, but it would still get that plus 6 from the Rugans.
Yeah. So that'd be 12 plus 6. That'd be 18 then.
The 10 isn't
It.
counted.
It is so. Oh, wow, that was a good move. That was a very good move. The bear did not enjoy that and has reassessed whether or not it wants to eat you. It has decided it does. Does a 27 hit you, Sir Reed?
Yes, it does.
Ouch.
All right. Go ahead and take 25 physical damage and suffer the weakened condition as it bear hugs you.
Except you're immune.
That is true. You're immune to weakened.
Oh,
Thank you,
yes.
Flavian.
Thank you.
Thank you, Flavy. God, your shit is just so fucking good.
Well, that was just a magic spell. Flavian learned magic.
May I go next?
Yes.
I'm planning on going last, so my breach can stay up.
I have a question about Soaring Strike.
Yes.
So it says you may immediately perform a free attack. Would this mean I'd get 2 attacks?
I think it just means you. It's technically not free. It's just not the attack action.
So yeah, you would essentially get 2 attacks that turn, I think. What it?
Well, no, because you're using your action to cast the spell.
Oh, okay,
Right,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I remember reading.
Okay, yeah, I just want clarification on that. I'm gonna use it anyway. So that. So. Yeah. Go ahead. And cast a Soaring Strike.
Damn. Signators. Damn. All right, so roll your attack and damage.
Okay. I shall utilize my all right.
Might wanna spend a fabula point there.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
share.
yeah. Give me this.
Yeah, definitely reroll that one.
Yeah, I'll reroll that one.
No.
Oh.
You fail to hit the bear.
I'm
The
sorry,
bear
buddy.
laughs at you, and then tries to hit Sir Reed again. Does 20 hit you, Sir Reed?
Absolutely, yes. However, that
Alright.
means I get a counterattack.
Ooh. Then you take 23 physical damage. He gave you the swipey. He don't like you.
How much damage was that?
23.
23. Oh boy, I think I am in.
Crisis?
No, I'm just above crisis.
So's the
Damn.
bear.
Because I do have abilities that go off of it. But I'll get off that counterattack then. Just hold on. I'm getting used to having all of these at once. Okay, high roll's treated as 0, but still, I'll make that attack. Yeah, I'm not saving that.
Yeah, no. I mean, you could just re-roll both of them.
I would have no family points left.
That is true. Well, you know, sometimes
You?
it bears down on you.
I
Ooh.
believe it is someone else's turn now that the bear is gone.
Oh, yeah.
Who hasn't gone?
That was a counterattack.
I haven't gone yet.
Ross hasn't either.
Or Duck. You want to go, Grugan? Not Grugan. Art, jeez.
But, like, I can't be upset about that one. Gray and Grugan are pretty close.
Grugark. The skeleton boar.
You know what?
The Skellebore.
I'm gonna do this.
You know, Ganon.
I'm going to point towards this bear. I'm gonna look at the bear and go, "You're being quite rude, and you're a pain in my arse. Fuck off and
Well-
die."
Can it understand you? It can understand Duck, so unless you want me to hype you up.
That is a fair
My
point.
angry
God.
translator, Duck.
That is up to the GM, I suppose.
I think it can get the gist of it in the same way that you're told to act big and scary to scare off real-life bears.
Fantastic. Then we need to do an opposed inspiration and willpower check.
Okay. The bear got
Alright.
11.
And I get a 4 bonus because it's the skill level of Condemn.
You win.
Fantastic.
Nice.
It's going to lose 40 mind points. And what was it immune to again?
Weakened and slow.
That's
Well,
fair.
now it's just immune to slow.
Well, we're gonna give it dazed.
Nice. What's that attack? What's that go against?
Insight.
Nice.
In-
Unfortunately, its insight cannot go any lower.
Yeah, fair enough.
Still, though, removing those mind points was important because now it can't do the howl attack, but it hits everybody.
That was the goal.
Yeah.
Good call.
Bear didn't like that. Bear gonna hit you.
Bear's gonna
Does,
give it to you.
Bear gonna give it to you. What?
Good lord.
Does 24 hit you, Art?
Yes, GM. A 24
24.
hits me.
Okay, so you take 24 damage as the bear smacks you with its paw.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining Art classing like a dry bones and then reforming like owl.
I'm in crisis. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Who? There's one more person
Duck's
to
turn.
go before me, right? Yeah.
Yep, duck.
Go.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide what I should do.
Meteor strike.
No. So I'm gonna guess since this thing is a big burrowing bear, Earth probably isn't going to be very strong on it.
Probably not, no.
So Duck is going to just goes. All right, first time for this. Grabbing her bucket, she's gonna run up. Her throat's gonna expand like a toad, and then
Fuck.
the spell she got from Barbarint.
Oh.
Damn. That hits, first of all, way above its magic defense. And definitely does damage.
And +6 for the breach, so 23 damage.
Fuckity shit. Well, this bear's in crisis.
Would that be another 6 from my breach? I think Grugan's breach is still active, right?
Oh
Yep.
yeah, so 12. It'd be an extra 12 damage. So
Shit, this bear's
23
really in
+6.
crisis.
Yeah, that's why I
It's
waited
29
to go.
damage from that fire. And Duck, after she does that, she's like, "We could have done this peacefully. You could have left the thing that ate everything is gone now. You just had to be patient, gone into hibernation or something."
I should note, the bear is officially in crisis, Borkbite owner.
Yeah, it'll have to be next turn because that was my
Yeah.
my action.
If I don't kill it.
There's Grugan
I
and
think the
Ross.
bear is out of attacks.
Well, Stop was only the previous one, so I think it would get one more.
One more. Alright, yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
It's all right.
Bear's gonna smack Sareed.
Maybe.
Does 17 hit you, Sareed?
Yes.
Alright. You take 19
you're a
damage.
guardian. How does Duck the Rogue and Tropist have the same defense as a guardian?
Mad skill.
True, actually, I have put some skills into the defense, actually. So
Is it defense or ability to dodge?
that's true. It actually is the Rogue thing, dodge.
Yes. What was that damage?
19, I believe.
19. Thank you.
Yeah, it really literally is dodge. You're right. Like,
Oh boy, I am in crisis, which is good.
As it goes.
Alright,
Alright, who's
'cause
left?
I've been getting.
I think
Ross.
it's just Ross.
It's just me, actually. I haven't gone yet.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that's right.
Me and
Evan
Ross.
Ross.
But he always goes last, so.
Yep, Ross is a little bastard that way.
So that gets my breach and Reed's breach. And then mine ends.
Damn.
me make sure. If it's
Ross casts Symbol of Protection on Flavian, and chooses the damage type of Wind.
start of my next turn, so no, it only takes the 6 from Reeds.
So it gets 6 hit points back.
So that thing, your hit did 36 damage to it, if I'm doing the math right.
Nice.
I
That
could,
is
No,
a
37.
I could,
That's a damn.
I could be a bitch and say that I use my heroic skill of Tempest Strike and use my Bladestorm ability to make that multi-attack and just hit him twice.
You could.
But I didn't kill him, and I'm going to give Duck a chance to let it leave.
Alright. Ross casts Symbol of Protection on Flavian. Flavian is then immune to... Sorry, is now resistant to wind type damage.
Top of the round.
Top of the round.
Should I try it then?
Go ahead.
Alright. The bear fails. You have successfully scared off the big nasty bear in the mines!
Good.
Hopefully it's a permanent scaring off.
We all did this and contributed in an equal amount!
Yeah, I guess so.
You
We made it through.
You were very helpful, thank you, Ross.
Oh well, you can pay me back later.
I was afraid you would say that.
It's my nature. So let's just
tried
clear up
nothing, so
the Orichalcum nuggets and get on out and tell them that we scared the bear off.
yeah, actually, Duck was already like stooping over to start searching for something.
Right.
Because
all right.
Orichalcum's is a valuable ore, right?
Very valuable. It's the magical metal that was particularly notable in the architecture of Atlantis.
Noticing
it's a very-
Duck is...
It's one of the better magic channeling metals out there, alongside gold and silver, and probably only exceeded in terms of its magic channeling ability by Thunderbolt Iron. And the problem with Thunderbolt Iron is you need to get it from the fucking sky.
Reed will notice Duck scrounging
Oh.
around for Orichalcum.
Like, I do not understand. Why steal from your own people? The Weber I can understand.
Oh,
If
Yeah,
this
see,
is a
like-
goblin mine, are you not a goblin?
I am a goblin, but it's a gnomish mine. Oh, here, think of it this way. You know how there are many humans across the world?
Mhm.
But there are different countries. It's not quite the same, but there are different types of fairy folk. Some of us are goblins, points to Grugan. He's an orc, like a friend from the prison.
Yes,
lines-
I understand that part, but if you're trying to make friends with these people, why steal from them?
It's not stealing. It's on the ground. No one's taking this. They've still got all the shit in the walls that I don't want to have to scrape out. Everyone
Duck
who wishes
really
to
does not
pocket-
want to tell this person who's acting like a knight that yeah, I'm a professional thief.
Mm-hmm.
Might not go well.
Very well. Do what you will.
So Reed, if you're not doing anything, would you like to accompany me clearing out the rest of the mine? Just want to make sure there's nothing else down there.
Yes, we should.
That makes sense.
It wouldn't be
It
the
would
first
be
time.
worrisome if that was a mother bear and her cubs are still out there.
Or perhaps that was the cub.
Why would you say something like that?
That's called
That
an
even Buck
Don't
is like,
worry, Flavian. I was told there was just one thing in the mines. I gotta say,
Well-
though, you have picked a wonderful collection of chumps to sidle alongside. These guys are tough and stupid.
I heard that.
It wouldn't be the
Yeah.
first time we've run into a mine where it's like, oh, there's only supposed to be one thing down here, and found like 10.
Sometimes
Or,
the
you know-
ladder, though, gets us into trouble.
Or, you know,
Well-
there's only a handful of revenants out in the woods. And
Flavian,
then, how many hands
you've gotta-
did we bring you back? A lot.
quite a bit. Flavian, the fact about risk is that it leads to great reward. Especially when you make sure other people take the risk on your part. You know, so these people are getting you into trouble. That's excellent. Means that you get to reap all the rewards while they do all the hard work.
Wait, what's Ross talking about? Have you ever played Risk? It's fucking awful.
I prefer Monopoly.
Yeah, you would prefer Monopoly, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I prefer
Are
that
those
one, too.
things over to Reed? I don't know what a monopoly is, and I'm too afraid to ask at this point.
Anything out of that guy's mouth is slimy. And I made of mud.
I was gonna say, but of course this is a non-canon little bit of character talk, but I was like, wait a minute. Technically, something equivalent to D&D or Pathfinder does exist in Wizard School Mysteries, so board games of a sort are canon.
And board games have been around historically for a while.
True. I mean, it's not a long step from having card games to having fucking board games. So there could be, but I like to think Midgehheim isn't so fucked up that it has Monopoly around.
Monopoly is robber baron.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. It's just called Robber Baron instead. Oh my god.
Rob. Everyone listen to the song "Robber Baron" by Voltaire. It's really good. It's got a nice beat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you search, you don't find much more in the mine. Anyone who wishes to can pocket about 10 nuggets of Orichalcomore. Yeah, you have officially scared the bear out of the mine and out of the, gnome's hair. You have succeeded in, saving the day. And that means that next session, you get to talk to the Red Dwarf King of Nain Rouge.
Yeah, that name isn't suspicious as fuck or anything.